In the Qing dynasty, most crimes were punishable by death, but there were certain crimes, treason, killing your parents, mass murder, that the emperor decided a single death could not answer for. For those crimes, they had something else, a punishment that wasn't just about ending a life, it was about dismantling one, slowly, methodically, piece by piece. They called it Lingchi, the slow process, and in the courts of imperial China, it wasn't considered barbaric, it was considered justice. Because they believed the soul needed a whole body to enter the afterlife, and a Lingchi sentence meant you would never arrive there whole. You would spend eternity in pieces. The executioner was not a butcher, he was a specialist, a surgeon of death trained specifically in the art of Lingchi. His entire purpose was to keep the condemned alive for as long as possible, not out of mercy, out of methodology. The longer the process continued, the more complete the punishment. To prevent the victim dying of shock too early, they were fed opium. Not to ease the pain, to keep the mind present enough to survive longer. They were kept in a drug-induced trance, conscious enough to feel, too far gone to comprehend. And the executioner would begin, not with violence, with precision. The first cuts were small, deliberate, designed to wound without killing. And he would continue, for hours, sometimes for days. The nickname came from the pattern. The executioner did not cut randomly. The incisions followed a design, overlapping curved cuts layered across the body in a repeating geometric sequence. By the end, the skin resembled the scales of a dragon. That is where the name came from, the human dragon. By the 1000th cut, the man was gone in every way that mattered. What remained on the frame was no longer recognizable as a person. It had become something else, a record of imperial authority written in flesh, a living statue of the emperor's absolute power over body and soul. And according to imperial belief, the most important part of the punishment hadn't even happened yet. The physical pain was not the point. The Qing dynasty believed deeply in the integrity of the body after death. A whole body meant a whole soul. A whole soul meant passage into the afterlife and reunion with your ancestors. A fragmented body meant something else entirely. Eternal incompletion, wandering. The Lingchi sentence wasn't just an execution, it was a theological erasure. They weren't just killing you in this world, they were ensuring you arrived at the next one in pieces too small to be put back together. The practice was officially banned in 1905, when the Qing dynasty began modernizing its legal code. But the photographs taken by Western missionaries and diplomats still exist. The question is whether you have the heart to look.